You are watching Pause. We pause for a second or two. How do we keep life coherent when so much is changing? This is episode 270, Drones. Lately, in the news, we have been hearing about drones. Drones flying over critical points of infrastructure, such as airports, such as military facilities. And it is in the mood right now to be quite stressed about these drones. So, in today's episode, we pause and take some time to talk about what these drones are, how we feel about them, and what we can do about the drones, and also what we cannot do. So perhaps first to just define what a drone is, to make clear what really is a drone. So a drone, if I have understood it right, is a device or a sort of mechanical craft which can move, a movable device, which can move in the air, on land, or in the water. Usually, when we say drone, we mean the ones in the air, but if I've understood it correctly, it can also be that they are moving on the ground or in the water. And what separates a drone from other movable craft or devices is that it is unmanned. There is no person inside of the drone. It is unmanned. And then, since there is no man inside the drone, controlling how it is navigating, the drone is controlled either remotely from another point or controlled automatically, that the drone itself has some sort of software either in the device itself or connected to the internet, which makes it run on some sort of AI programming. So either remotely controlled by a person or automatically controlled either in the device itself or remotely via the internet by some kind of software AI. So that's what a drone is. To our help today, we are making use of this wooden cube. Diaphragm. Diaphragm is an acute skill. It is a skill we may develop for our acute situation. Our acute situation is for those times when we are caught off guard, or when we are startled, or when we are suddenly approached by something or someone. That's our acute situation. And if you want to hear more about the situation in itself, you can go back 2 months here on pause to August 2025, and there you will find an episode on our acute situation. This is the image or symbol for acute skill diaphragm. It is a stylized person with the area of the diaphragm being highlighted with stripes. So our diaphragm is this area of muscle tissue just here, just beneath our rib cage and above our belly. Just here in the sort of midsection of our body here. And this sort of muscle tissue is very sensitive to subtle emotional cues. Subtle emotional stimuli, if you will. So whenever we approach something or are approached by something that is scaring us in a sort of insidious way, we cannot really pinpoint why it is scaring us, but it is, then our diaphragm, the muscle tissue here in the middle, will sort of start vibrating like this. It's quite uneasy to look at. It has this sort of uneasy vibrating feeling to it. We pause and follow our diaphragm when it says stay or leave. Diaphragm is how we receive help from our subtle intuition. This is what diaphragm is about. So, when our diaphragm is not vibrating, when it is calm, when it feels calm and okay, then we can stay. wherever we are. But when our diaphragm starts vibrating in this very uneasy way, then it means that we should best leave the situation. It means that this situation currently is too difficult for us. And our diaphragm, the sort of intuition, the subtle intuition of our diaphragm has been developed in our bodies throughout the thousands of years of evolution. So to second guess it is not really smart. So it simply means that when our diaphragm is telling us this vibrating warning, that means that we are out of our depth and we should leave. But when it's calm, then it's okay. And this is our skill, our help when it comes to drones. Drones were developed in the 20th century, but for the last 20 years, in the 21st century, the production cost of drones have dropped dramatically, which means that drones can now be produced in much greater numbers, and also that basically anyone can buy a drone. It's very cheap, just costs about $10-20 to buy a drone if you want to. And if we're talking about these airborne drones, which are the common ones we usually think about, say that we are out in the park and suddenly a drone comes flying and then it stops just above us. It stops. Straight ahead, we can identify the situation as an acute situation. We are caught off guard, startled, and suddenly approached by something. It's not a nice feeling. And then the drone is just sitting there. And chances are high that our diaphragm will start sort of vibrate as the drone is sitting there in the air. And we have all by now encountered something like this. It's not very fun to think about because the drone is either remotely controlled or automatically controlled. And either way, we, as we are approached by the drone, cannot hold the person or persons behind the drone accountable. We have no way of reaching them. And unfortunately. Now, we all know that the powers of the world, the military powers of the world, are building huge drone armies. Thousands upon thousands of individual drones which can swarm. And this is not a fun truth to pause with, that we might be seeing in the future swarms of drones flying in above people. To at best only a swarm, or take pictures, film, but we don't really know what these drones are capable of being used for. Could be used for much more than just filming. And this sort of image of a swarm is very uneasy. It's not fun to think about. We may think about in the Bible when the swarm of locusts sweep over as an image of the tide, an image of death, just suddenly, like an acute situation, just coming and then just devastate. So this subject is quite a heavy one, because we all know how it feels when one drone is arriving. It's not fun, and we don't really know yet how it would feel to have hundreds or thousands of drones just sweep over us like that. What we do know is that we will feel strongly about it. Our diaphragm will go nuts, and we will panic, probably. It will be a very scary experience if that would happen. Diaphragm is a very useful skill, and we may use it for all kinds of situations. It's not just exclusive for drones. We can use it when we are out and about with people as well, and we feel that something feels off, our diaphragm starts vibrating, then we just move away, and then we will often see that our diaphragm calms down when we respect its warning sign. So this is a good one to start sort of getting in touch with our diaphragm. And now in these times, just sitting here and thinking about a potential swarm of drones can be enough to make our diaphragm sort of become uneasy. So it is a good indicator of how we really feel about things. It's a good indicator to how much stress we have in our bodies. And that, if possible, we should not go around with a vibrating diaphragm too much, not sustained. If we do, then we're not in the right place. So, our diaphragm is very wise like that. It knows things. It knows our real capability. If only we want to listen to it. And I guess we will see what will happen with the drones. As we said, now they have been used over critical infrastructure such as airports and military facilities. And just recently, I know a few top officials here in the European Union and in Europe have been starting to call the usage of drones something like hybrid warfare, a technical term. So it would seem that we will see more of drones. And yes, it's uncomfortable. And they are making us nervous. They are. It's very scary when something powerful, mechanical, like a device, a craft, comes in and there's no one in it. There's no one in it with something to lose. So the drone may be used in a quite reckless way. That's a very scary thing. So we will see how we will feel about it going forward. Yeah. It seems that drones can be quite destructive to our peace of mind and our ability to just go about things in a regular way, unfortunately. Our diaphragm is how we receive help from our subtle intuition. It knows things. That's it for today. Thank you.